Hey. Hey, how's my Cape Crusader doing? You catch a Joker yet?
Certainly for a Batman fan fiction, this one does a really good job at setting up that universe quickly, or rather letting us know where we are, introducing this character, and just setting up the scenario really quickly. It does a really good job, and the score is actually just spot on for this one. I think it helped immensely to take us through the story. And yeah, I just loved a lot of little things about this one, and they all add up to a great little watching experience.
I loved that shot at the beginning with our young protagonist in his Batman mask looking out onto the city. It felt very playful, but it also really set the stage for the idea of hero worship and why do we turn to these superheroes in our lives, and how sometimes they take the place of our parents and what our parents can and can't do. And it was kind of heartbreaking to see the character's father have to take that turn and the complications with Batman then showing up. And yeah, it was a complicated storyline and the emotions for me, but also very simple at the same time, which I thought was what made it beautiful.
I really liked this. I appreciated that it showed the full story of why this man felt that he needed to go and like rob a liquor store, and shows that he's not just like a petty thief. He was doing what he felt he needed to in order to provide for his daughter. And I think it's always easier to humanize somebody when you know their why, when you know their backstory. There's like always more to the story, and this is total proof of that. That moment when his daughter was holding a gun to Batman, to her hero, it was so loaded, like no pun intended. She was willing to shoot her hero because her dad was her real hero. It was like, I want to cry thinking about it. It was such a intense moment, and I'm really happy that there was a good ending, because I don't know if I could have handled anything else.
So I could see how shaken this father was about trying to do the right thing for his son and having to go out and do the wrong thing. This actor cycled through many convincing emotions with ease. I loved the contrast between the boy fighting the pop cans in the apartment, bad guys, and his father going out and becoming the sort of bad guy that he would fight. The walk down crime alley was really effective. It was haunting. Aesthetically, it was pleasing. The score set the mood as well at that time. I really like how Batman gave the father like a pass. It was a heartfelt moment. I thought the fact that the son was willing to hold a gun and possibly the gun was shaking, so I didn't think he would pull the trigger, but basically point a gun at his hero for his father spoke volumes about their relationship. And overall, I think all parties involved learned their lesson, and that was to a fine Gotham soundtrack overall.
I thought this one was a very cute representation of this a particular superhero. I don't think Batman might be dealing with this specific crime, but I thought it was very cute to see him in this scenario, and also the female character dressed as this superhero, and apparently she is passionate about him. It was a great lesson for the dad to have this outcome of the decision. I understand he was desperate, and I think he would value other choices before committing crimes again. And I don't know, but it had the coolest effects. It was very cute and endearing to see this girl dressed up as Batman, and I really like when they depict these characters with an independent view. It was great.
First off, I think you chose a beautiful location for this this story to unfold. I think the alley graffiti was gorgeous, and I think that the apartment, the view was spectacular, and I think all of these just kind of added to the aesthetic of the piece. And with cinematography, production design, and just the color grading, I think all these elements really work together to just make a really sharp image, and so I really appreciated that. I liked the music and the pacing of his walk down the alley and the intercuts between the daughter and the father himself. I think that just really worked well, and I think it did add to the intensity of the situation and kind of flipped it on its head and made you think, oh wow, like his childhood innocence is stripped away, and he's gotten to the point where he has to resort to violence to pay his bills so his daughter can still have that innocence. I just think that motif between the two and choosing to intercut just really highlighted that kind of theme, and it was just a very beautiful thing to me, and I think you hit it home with that one, so well done.
I mean, this one's really solid. It's really well made. I love kind of, you know, we are so inundated with superhero movies and kind of that, like the conflicts that go with, you know, being a superhero, that I feel like in general people are so fascinated with, like, what would it be like to live in a superhero world. So, like, you know, you see these stories where it's people who, it's like an outside perspective like this, and I think this one's really well made and it's really well done, and it's cool to see, you know, the like Batman flip of like what would Batman do in that situation, and like how would people fall in line and like deal with like you know, problems in that world. Yeah, I mean, I dug it, and I thought it was like touching, and it was nice and had a great message.